Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Henning. I hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday so far. We have more wintry weather, which is going to be pushing in. In fact, we have chances tonight, tomorrow, another chance as we head into the weekend, another system as we get into next week. We are in the active stretch of the LRC, the cycling weather pattern. Of course, we'll talk about that. But we're going to go through these three systems, and I'll let you know exactly what you are going to get as you go through the next few days. Of course, Weather 2020 video. If you want our long-range forecast, you can download it on the App Store. It's the Global Predictor 6-month forecast anywhere in the world. Also, huge shout out to my boys, Superior Roofing and Construction. They are a 4-state premier roofing contractor. Great guys, Cole, Evan, and Carlos. If you have roofing needs, especially getting in severe weather season, give them a call. The number is right there on the screen. All right, so what are we looking at first here? All right, so in the pink, this is winter storm warnings, and this is where the higher totals of snow will mainly be along that I-70 corridor and then stretching up toward Chicagoland. Everybody else, especially along and north of I-44, we are talking about winter weather advisories, and this is due to lower amounts of snow, but there's also going to be a lot of sleet mixed in, and due to that, that keeps those totals down just a bit. I know a lot of times, some area may be getting 6 inches of snow, and then I'll say under 2 inches of sleet and snow, because 1 inch of sleet is equivalent to about 5 inches of snow, so it keeps those amounts down. All right, so this goes into effect late tonight into tomorrow. We had a storm system yesterday. It gave us some drizzle, some showers, a little bit of sleet, a little freezing drizzle across the region. And this is all booking off toward the east, but you can already see the beginnings of this next wave. Some snow showers up through parts of Nebraska. I do think we're going to start to get drizzle and freezing drizzle settling in by early to mid-evening. So even when you see some drizzle out there, the freezing drizzle will be along the north of I-44. Just watch it, because that could produce a few slick spots. All right, let's dig through this. Here we go. So here's a little bit of drizzle starting to pop up. So here's 5:30 p.m. Light snow showers. You can see a little bit of pink, Joplin, Springfield. That is a light drizzle and light freezing drizzle. So we want to watch out for that. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal, but north of I-44, there is going to be some slick spots. Here's about midnight. Now you have light snow developing central western Kansas, and then here's our main wave. Now, first off, overall, guys, this is not a strong storm system. This is an open wave. I would call it a weak to moderate system. It's not going to be historic snow amounts by anything like that anywhere. It's just a good little system that is going to push through. It's not going to last real long, but it could come down at a pretty good clip. All right, let's go to 4:30 in the morning. So at this point in time, you have from Joplin south rain, and then you have moderate to even heavy snow. There could be a little bit of thunder snow southeastern Kansas, and then you got sleet along that I-44 corridor. So again, when I talk about sleet amounts, so let's say if it was going to be all snow and you're going to get 5 inches of snow, but if you had all sleet, you would only have about an inch of sleet. Sleet is those really tiny ice pellets. At this time, Kansas City, you are getting into the snow, Lawrence, Topeka, Salina, and this is where the heavier bands are going to be. A little farther south, northwest Arkansas down to Fort Smith, the River Valley, maybe a little sleet or freezing rain in the upper elevations of the Ozark Mountains, but most of this is going to be showers and a few rumbles of thunder. All right, heaviest batches roll through during the morning hours. Here's 8:30 in the morning. So now you have moderate sleet and snow from Joplin, Pittsburgh to Springfield, even getting into Branson, all the way up towards St. Louis. And then it's lighter amounts of snow north of I-70 back toward Kansas City. But look at the temps. They're cold, so everything's going to stick. And then snow starting to taper off across central Kansas. Heading south, you got all rain except that little pink in the Ozark Mountains in northwestern parts of Arkansas. So again, like I said, this doesn't last super long. Let's continue and go through time. Heaviest sleet and snow and rain pushing east now. Here's the noon hour. So Kansas City, Lawrence, Topeka, Coffeyville, Joplin, Pittsburgh, you are now tapering off just to flurries and snow showers. Still snow, ongoing Springfield to St. Louis, and then all this rotates out of here quickly once we get into Wednesday evening. There could be a few batches of light snow showers or flurries Wednesday evening But overall, it looks pretty good. Now, it gets really cold, so whatever does fall, because like my area, we're going to be near freezing. I'm going to go for a high of 34 tomorrow. So it's going to be slushy, but that slush will start to freeze. So there are going to be some road issues going into Thursday as well. And Thursday's just cold. All right, so let's finish up system one here. Let's talk about snowfall amounts. Who's going to get it? We're going to start south. So let's go just north of Oklahoma City through Tulsa. I think the cutoff is going to be a real sharp cutoff. Probably Grand Lake, probably to about Neosho, Monette. I'm going to go under 2 inches of sleet and snow. So the reason it's under 2 inches, because if it is going to be a rain-snow mix, a lot of it may not stick. But if it switches to snow, it's going to be closer to 2 inches, or it could even be isolated higher amounts. But if it's all sleet, it's going to be under 2 inches. All right, so let's go from Bartlesville, Wichita, Independence, Parsons, really Joplin, Pittsburgh. I think Joplin's going to be right on around that 2-inch mark. And then over towards Springfield, also kind of in that 2 to 4, Rolla and St. Louis. Now, I dropped the top end amounts. Yesterday, I was thinking 6 plus, maybe upwards of 8 in parts of Kansas City. But I dropped the upper amounts a little bit because the storm system has picked up speed. But I think in general, in this dark blue, 3 to 6. Most areas are going to be 3 to 4 with isolated 6. But there are going to be a few areas in central Missouri that get isolated 6 plus amounts. And these go all the way up into parts of Illinois, and then a sharp cutoff to the north. So that's what I'm thinking on amounts. Of course, I'll tweak this through the rest of the day. All right, let's keep going. So let's go into Friday and Saturday. Here comes our next storm system. Now, in the cycling weather pattern, the LRC, this is something Lezak and I have been developing for about 3 decades. This storm system coming in Saturday, the models haven't been picking up on it very well, but I've been talking about it for about a month. And the reason being is it's our January 4th and 5th system. We're on about a 41-day cycle. So if you remember January 4th and 5th, my area, Joplin, 3/4 of the system was rain. Then we got a quick 1.5 inches of snow on the backside. But Kansas City got about 10, 11 inches. It's this system. It doesn't mean it's going to produce 10 or 11 inches, but it's going to produce a band of snow in a very similar spot. So it looks like rain increasing Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas on Saturday afternoon, but in the colder air, that band of snow, and this is going to accumulate, and then there's a band of snow that rips through Saturday night on the backside as that colder air works through. So once we get through this system, we'll start to focus on this because this system is going to have accumulating snow. That system rotates out. Now, if you remember, especially in my area, around January 10th, 11th, and 12th, we had a storm system that gave, right at my house, 6.5 inches of snow. Here, this system comes again. Doesn't mean it's going to produce 6.5, but it should track similar. We don't have the cold air like we had last time, but it still should be cold enough to support some good snow, especially late Wednesday into Thursday. So there's a ton to watch as we go through the next 10 days. Now, once we get about 2 weeks out, let's see, late February, we kind of go back into the part of the pattern that we had in, kind of late January. Oh, that kicked me out there. Late January. So because of that, we'll get back into mainly just kind of our systems being done. And I think most of our snow will be done by that point in time. When we get into this part of the pattern again, early April, there could be some snow across the region. But if we can get through the next 2.5 weeks, overall, I think winter is going to be coming to an end. All right, guys. Hope you have a great day. I'll keep you guys updated. Questions, comments, leave them below. We'll chat soon.